Hey guys, Al2 here, and I'm back with part 2 of my Axial Gravedigger monster truck upgrade. I got the front and the rear axle both finished. The transmission and motor are done. The ESC is ready to be put in, and I made a little change to that as well. I'm going to show you that in detail here in a second. A few extra parts I ordered. They finally come in. And some of the parts that I bought for the Wraith just didn't work out, didn't fit. So I made some changes, and we'll talk about that here. So let's get to the details. Here's the transmission. And as I discussed in part 1, I actually took this 3150 kV motor out of my Yeti. Doing something different with that. All metal gears in the transmission. Metal spur gear, 56 tooth. That's the stock on this truck. And I'm starting off with the 13 tooth Robertson Racing pinion on this. So I have other pinions to try, but I'm going to start right there. Get these scissors out of the way. Talked about this Mamba Max Pro that I'd be going with. Because of the servo that I picked, the 7955 TG from High Tech, 333 ounces of torque, I decided to pick up a Castle BEC for this truck, and I kind of just kind of mounted it right on the side of the Mamba Max Pro. Wired that in. Put a Dean Star connector on there, so this way I shouldn't have any trouble with that high torque servo. So that's pretty much electronics update. I mentioned the axles are done. Here's the rear axle. STC aluminum lockout. HR Racing diff cover. ST Racing axle link mount. Give you a different view of that. That's the rear. Front axle really came out nice. Really happy with this. Have the Hot Racing aluminum knuckles. Again, Hot Racing diff cover. ST Racing aluminum C-hub. Again, ST Racing offset link mount for the axle. There's the High Tech servo and the Hot Racing steering linkage. So far everything's going well, and those are the axles, the transmission, and the ESC. So it's time to start getting these things mounted back in the truck, and I'm going to go over some of the parts now extra that I ordered and got in to replace some of the parts that I mentioned in part 1 that I bought for the Wraith, thinking they would work on this truck, and they don't. So here's the update on those. Okay guys, I just want to review some of the extra parts that I picked up, and talk about some of the things that didn't work that I talked about in part 1. First was the upper and lower link mount kit that I bought from Boom Racing. That did not fit. Now that was designed for the Wraith, and I found out later that the Gravedigger really needs the same parts that's used on the Yeti, 1/10 Yeti that is. So I ordered up from Boom Racing the aluminum rear link kit for the Yeti. Now you need one of these for both the front and the rear on the Gravedigger, so I got two of these, so that should fix that problem. Servo mount that I had bought, which I talked about in part 1 from Boom Racing, that don't fit. That also was for the Wraith and Bomber, according to Boom Racing, but the mounting holes just don't line up, so I'll be using the plastic one instead of the aluminum one, so get that out of there. Upper links, as I mentioned before, uses the same parts as the Yeti, so I decided to pick up a little cheaper these. Been hearing a lot of good things about these incision parts, which is made by Vanquish, or is a Vanquish company. So this is the stainless steel kit for the Yeti, and again, you'll need one of these for the front and the back. So looking forward to try those out. Also decided to pick up an aluminum sway bar kit from Boom Racing. Again, this is designed for the Yeti, so I just added that to the parts list as well. Again, the MIP drive shaft kit that we covered in part 1. We'll be putting that on as well. We talked about that in part 1. Something else I decided to pick up was these Hot Racing 12mm hex adapters. Now these are 15 millimeters long. Some people are reporting that when you're steering your endpoints, maximum steering, the tires are rubbing against these lower links. I didn't notice that, but I only ran one battery pack stock. Maybe it was, I'm not sure. So I may or may not need these, but I decided to pick them up just in case I do. So that's pretty much the update here, where we're at in the build. So we're going to start getting this thing back together, and I'll be back soon with part 3. So stay tuned for that, and thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching.